Hello everyone, it's Christmas Day. Happy holidays or Merry Christmas or whichever you like to celebrate. Best wishes. Today I'm going to do a spiral cut ham, about 9 pounds. I've always veered away from them because I don't like them cut and they dry out. A friend of mine, Spock, gave me a recipe, so I'm going to give it a go. As you can see, I got a lot of greens sitting here. I'm going to make some creamy collard greens with this ham. So I'm prepping them greens right now. I'll be back and we'll go over the ham here in a moment. Alright, I'm back to give you a little update on the greens. So I'm doing mustard greens, collard greens, and baby kale mix in my greens today. Now when I purchased these, don't be fooled by the bag that says ready to cook. I find myself coming through and taking out large chunks of these stems, and personally it probably would have been faster to get the whole leaves, the whole collard greens, and then strip them off myself and cut my own ribbons. This seems to be a little painstaking to go through and get rid of some of these big chunks. So a heads up on that. As far as you buy your greens, you might want to get them whole, and don't believe the packaging saying ready to cook, because I'm sure your company or your family aren't going to like big chunks of stringy stems with every bite. So then you guys know it's going to be a little bit. Alright everyone, it's going to be simple. Pineapples, stone ground mustard. I'm going to rub the mustard on there. I'm going to give it a couple X's on top, or diamonds, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to cut through the fat. Rub on some mustard, pin on the pumpkin, or the pineapple. This recipe is supplied by Spock. I hope it's correct and it looks right. I usually barbecue, but today I'm going to use the oven, so I'll do my other standby picnic ham this weekend on the barbecue. So this is pre-cooked, so it's only going to take about 45 minutes. So about 20 minutes in, I might restart the collard greens, which we mix with the baby kale, mustard collards, and then the regular collard greens. So it's going to be a creamy. I'll post the recipe in a link below the video. So we're going to try this in the oven, 45 minutes. This particular recipe comes from a buddy of mine, Spock, and then the cream collards recipes recommended from a buddy of mine, Mr. Beard. So we'll be back with you here when I get the collards going. See you soon. Okay, back to the collards here. The recipe called for some quarter-inch strips of bacon. I didn't buy slabs. I went down and got some Applewood smoked bacon, and I'm just gonna cut it up. It's the first time I made collards, so if I'm doing any thing that may seem very wrong, I apologize for that. But I'm gonna try it like this because it's kind of a rough cut, and I'm more of a barbecue guy and Norwegian, so I like hearty chunks of stuff. So what I'm going to do is, you can see I pre-made the cream sauce here, and I'm getting ready to do the lardo, I believe they called it. So I'm going to brown the bacon, pour it out, separate the fat, and clean up prior to putting in the greens. So I'll be back when I get this process done. I'm going to chop up some garlic and onions and get some other items up, so we'll see. Okay guys, I'm cleaning out the collards. Again, I have the mustard, the baby kelp, and the regular collards. Now, I'm rinsing them and spinning them now. And like I said earlier, it said ready to cook, and I cleaned them all pretty good, which is kind of painstaking. But I'm doing another check as I go through. I'm still finding some bigger stems, so it kind of sucks, but such is life and cooking, and you gotta be particular. At least I am. So I'll be back when I get them all mixed up. We'll go through the process of cooking them down. See you soon. Got the stuff all cleaned out, rinsed. Thought I'd dig a shot before I cook them down, see what we're dealing with here. Right here we got the baby kale. We have the collard greens. And right here we have the mustard greens. So I had my bacon prep seasoning all ready to go. Got the sauce, you know, just sitting here waiting to get added. Here's the pot we'll be cooking it down in. I'll try and get some shots for you. As you can see, I don't have very much room to work with, but just wanted you guys to see the amount of greens that we're going to start with, and then we'll check it out when we're done. Alright guys, stay cool. See you soon. Here it is. We're on the final countdown. Keep in mind it's the first time I've ever cooked the collard greens. I'm going to get some of the skillets out of the way. So I'm in my final stages. I already made the cream sauce right here. There's your bowls. I showed you earlier all the greens we got, so I'm gonna get this thing rolling. I'm using a huge pan due to the amount of greens. My first time cooking, I don't want to become overwhelmed with the small pot size. So at this point now, it's roll and go. I'll stop the camera, and when it comes to temp, we'll get back rolling. We'll add one handful at a time, see what we come up with here. Let's start creamy collard. Butter's ready. I'm gonna start my mustard. Let's throw it in one handful at a time. Let it cook down. And keep the heat down a little bit. Butter and onion smell great. So it's breaking down pretty quick here. You see what we started with? My first time doing the collards. We're going to keep it rolling here. Apparently this may not take too long. So kick it back up to medium. Alright. So now we've got control on the heat. It seems to be, once the butter browns a little bit, it's going to be a little hot, but once you're going to add your greens, it's going to bring the temp down. Nice and cool, so let them shrink down a little bit before we keep throwing stuff in. Got done with the mustard. I'm finding myself going through here again, just ready to cook mustard greens, picking out some foreigns that I don't like as far as the stems, the larger chunks. So just be aware of that. If you're not going to clean it yourself and buy some ready to cook bags, you may want to keep an eye on it. There's a nice big stem there. Being my first time cooking this, I want to make sure I'm doing it correct. Whether I'm being over anal intensive, you'll have to let me know in the comment section. So we're going to switch to, I'm going to start adding the collard greens. So you see we got a big pan of those. I'm going to start breaking them down. Let's get out. Only adding like a handful or more at a time, so we can break it down without overwhelming ourselves. Well, you can see it, breaking it down. Mustard's already in. I'm going to start on the collards. Pick out more of the items that I find. It's a chunk of stem that probably wouldn't be too nice to chop into. Finish out the collards and then we'll be pulling the ham. So now keep in mind, my first time, and I've got maybe a half a cup of more items that I pulled out and I thought would probably be unappetizing. Not sure how much to break this down. I'm going to follow the rules here, the directions on the recipe. Just break them down, then I'm going to add my cream sauce along with the bacon and the seasoning. And, to the point where we're going to want to add the bechamel, or not sure, but the sauce. Pardon my French or whatever it's called. So we're going to add in the cream sauce, sourdough, and the cream with the seasoning. And then we'll do the apple vinegar to taste soon. So let me get that mixed up. We'll be back. Sorry, forgot about this step, so this is one more before we get to plating and full cook look. Alright guys, later. Okay, here we go. Here are the creamy collard greens. Recipe provided by Mr. Beard. And then we have this beautiful spiral ham. I have not tasted it yet. This recipe provided by Spock. And then just some crescent rolls. So it's kind of the finished look there. Alright, here we go. Here's the spread. It's all done. The caramelized pineapples. Let me do a crescent roll on top of mine.